Hi guys, welcome to the session. Today we are going to discuss about the data pre-processing. This data pre-processing, we are discussing about the what is in a data pre-processing, an overview of the data pre-processing, what is the data quality, how to maintain the data quality in the overall huge amount of the data, and what are the major tasks is performing in the data pre-processing, and what is in a data cleaning and data integration, data reduction, and data transformation and data discretion, and the overall summary of the data pre-processing. Let's start our session. Why data processing is required in the data mining? What is a data quality and how to maintain a data quality, and why the pre-processing the data is required? Uh, Today's real world in the database, we have a huge amount of the data and highly susceptible to the noisy of the data, and missing of the data and inconsistent data is available in the typical use of the sizes. We have a huge number of the data and huge size of the data is available in our database systems. In the huge data, we have to get the quality data from the huge amount of the data. So to get the quality amount of the data, we have to do the pre-processing steps. In these pre-processing steps, we have a multiple processes will be applied in the pre-processing data. In the pre-processing, that it measures the data quality, a multidimensional views, and the accuracy of the data will be measured, and the completeness, whether the full data is recorded or any unavailable data is available in that particular content, and the consistency of the data, and timeliness of the data, and believability and interpretability. So these are all the measures will be taken in the pre-processing process. There are a number of the data pre-processing techniques. One of the best pre-processing technique is, first one is the data cleaning. In this data cleaning is applied to the remove the noisy and correct inconsistency in the data. So in the data cleaning, we are removing the noisy data, and if any missing data is available, if any missing data is there in that particular the noisy data or the data sets, we are removing those missing data and we search for the completed data, which complete data is available in that particular data cleaning. And the next one is the data integration. In the data integration, it merges the data from the multiple sources in a coherent data stores. So we are gathering the multiple we are gathering the data from the multiple sources. So from the wherever the source, wherever the data is available, wherever the data is came from the multiple sources, in the data integration, the total data will be merged and it will be clubbed into the data integration, and it will search the particular keywords and the taglines of that particular data. And the next one is the data reduction or the data transformation. In the data reduction also, it reduces the overall data and it moves to the next stages. And the data transformation, such as a normalization, will be applied in the data transformation. And for example, a normalization may improve the data of the accuracy and efficiency of the mining algorithms. In this normalization, we are applying the algorithms. What are those algorithms? Means that algorithm will reduce, that algorithm will makes the data will have a more accurate and efficient of that particular data sets, or the data will be available. And the next one is the data discretion. These are all the things, these are all the pre-processing steps, and these are all the pre-processing techniques we are using to maintain the quality of the data. The main thing is quality. Why the quality is required means, if you want to search any data, if you want to use any data of that particular things, you have to maintain the quality. Without the quality of the data, you can't do anything, you can't get the better results when you search of that particular things. So you have to maintain the quality. To maintain that quality, you have to apply the pre-process of the data will be done. For this pre-processing, where first are the major tasks of the data cleaning, data integration, data reduction, and data transformation and discretion. In the data cleaning, the missing values, smooth of the noisy data, identifying or removing the outer layers, and resolving the inconsistency. The first and the primary step to apply a pre-processing is a data cleaning. To clean the data, whatever the things, for example, if you purchase anything from the market, first thing is you have to clean and you have to remove the what are the waste contents are available, what are the waste things which is there in that particular products. So Like this, when if you are took any data from the bulk of the database, you have to apply the data cleaning. If you apply the data cleaning, automatically the missing values or noisy data or any identifying the removing of the outer layers, that means missing of the data and resolving the inconsistent data will be removed by using the data cleaning task. The data integration, it integrates the multiple databases, data cubes or files. So it gathers the overall multiple data sets and it merges the overall data and it moves to the next levels. And the data reduction. So in the data reduction, it applies the dimensionality reduction and numericity reductions, and data compressions will be applied in the data reductions, and the data transformation and data discretion. This is claims the, it improves the accuracy, it improves the accuracy of that particular data, and it improves the hierarchy of the generations will be done. Now we'll move into the depth one. What is a data cleaning? What is a data cleaning means? Data is the real world is a data. Lots of the potentiality, incorrect data and incorrect data or missing data or wrong data is available. So for that we are using an instrument fault of the human or computer errors or a transmission errors. Any error thing can be helped, any error can be happened by using a different formats. Manually can be error can be occurred, or systematically error can be occurred, or any data error can be occurred, or any missing data will be occurred by transferring the data or copying the data or any creation of the data. Anything can be occurred while the data will be stored in that particular database. We are searching that particular data and we are gathering the information of that particular data and we are removing those incompleted data from the data clean. Here we have an incomplete. Incomplete means the lack of the attribute values or lacking the certain attributes of the interest or containing only aggregated data. That is occupation is equal to two quotations. We have a blank data there, that is occupation. For his occupation means we have to mention anything in that particular occupation field, occupation related field. So this is a missing data. So we are removing this particular column or we are removing this particular field from that particular file. So with these incomplete data, we are removing the particular fields or we are removing the something else, or we are specifying those, this is an incomplete data and we are removing this particular thing. If you add these types of the content in the quality in the particular data pre-processing, automatically the quality of the data will be reduced. So we are removing and we are improving the quality by applying the data cleaning, that is incompleting the data. The next one is the noisy data. The noisy data means containing an error values or insufficient values or any wrong values will be entered in the place of the particular things. For example, salary. Salary is equal to -10. So no one will get the salary with a negative values. Anyone will expect the salaries or the remuneration within a plus values. Only that means we have to take the money from that particular organizations. We can't give our money to that particular organization. So this is a negative value. That is a wrong value. So here is a noisy data. Noisy data means errors of that particular data will be presented in that particular location or particular files. So we are removing those noisy data. The next one is the inconsistency. That means containing the disappearances in the codes or names. Example, age is equal to 42, birthday is equal to 3/7/2010. So if you think that is an inconsistency, why? Because the date of birth will be in a 2010 and the age is in a 42. So when you compare that, if you think it is in the present academic year, present year of the year 2020. So if you think that is in a 2020 to 2010, we have an only 10 years of age old. So was the rating was 1, 2, 3. Now rating was in ABC. So like this, we have a disappearance of the difference between the duplicate records. So the everything will be same. If you think an age, we have a value. If we are thinking as a birthday, we have a value. But the both values are not equal, and both the values are not the sufficient values or the correct values of the particular database. So by using the data cleaning, we are identifying all these types of the data which is incomplete and the noisy or the inconsistent or any error values or the missing values will be identified by using the data cleaning. The next one is the intentional. That is we have the missing data. That is John 1 as an everyone's birthday. So there is no year. There is no year. So it is an intentional. That is a missing of the data will be there in that particular data cleaning. Here we have an incomplete or the missing data. Mainly the thing is in a missing data. For example, my database file is it gives a salary file. In that salary file, we have to know that in an organization we have to know that what is the employer name, and what is the salary of the employer, how many days he presented in that particular organization of that particular month. So these are all the major and mandatory fields. One is an employer name, account name, what is the salary of that particular employer, and how many days he presented. These are all the mandatory fields. If you miss the salary in that particular field, automatically that is an incomplete or a missing data of that particular file. So like that, if a data is not available always, example, many tuples have no recorded values of the several attributes such as a customer income and a sales data. Next one is a missing data may be due to the equipment malfunctions, inconsistency with other record data and thus deleted. And one more thing is a replacement of the data. A same file, a same file will be copied with a same other names. That means the same file will have a two names, and that or else two files have a same name. So there is a replacement of that files will be occurred in that particular positions and that particular databases. So we have to identify those types of files also and those type of the data. And next one is the data not entered due to the misunderstanding. So we don't understand anything in that particular field, we will skip that particular field. So those types of the fields also will be identified in the incompleted and the missing data. The next one is a certain data may not be considered important at the time of the entry. So when you are entering of the data, few fields will think that it is not necessary. When coming to the searching, when you are searching in a file, that particular field only required to search that particular file. So those types of the data will also be identified. The next one is not registered history or changes of the data will be done. So register history or the changes of data is also required when you are updating of anything. The next one is missing data may need to be an inferred. So here you have a missing data will have a major role when you are completing of that particular data cleaning process. How to handle that missing data, how to identify that missing data. After identifying that missing data, what you have to do. So these are all things will be happen when you are applying in a data pre-processing stages. So that is ignoring the tuple. The ignoring the tuple means usually done when a class label is missing when doing a classification, not effective within a percentage of the missing values per attribute values considerably. So here we are using the ignore the tuples if any labels are missing of that particular file, and the filling in the missing values manually. That means if your value has been missed in that particular searching process, if you know that particular value is required, the manual process will be done according to the previous file searching, according to the previous file data or the related file data. By basing on the related file data, we are entering in a manually. The next one is filling in automatically within that particular data, which is in a global constant. If you know that a global constant means it's a default thing which is required in that particular location will be in a global constant, that the attribute mean values, the attribute mean also for same belongings to as in the same class, that is a smarter. The most probable value is in a inference based such as a Bayes formula or decision tree. This decision tree will give a clear and perfect information of that particular data set or that particular data. In the data set, we have a multiple tuples or multiple values will be there, which is in a predictive and descriptive formats. In this predictive or descriptive formats, we have to generate a decision tree. If the decision tree will give whether good factors or bad factors of that particular data set. So by basing on these decision tree, we can identify that what is a missing value and what is a precision value of that particular data will also be identified by using the cleaning process. Here we have one more thing, that is a noise data. In the noise data, we have a random errors of the variance of the measured variables and incorrect attribute values. Here the major thing is an attribute value. The attribute value will specify you what the particular data, what the particular field value will be mentioned clearly. That is a faulty data collection instruments or the data entry problems or data transmission problems and the technology limitations. The inconsistency is a naming convention and other data problems which requires for the data cleaning. Those are the duplicated data, incomplete data and inconsistent data. So majorly we have the noisy data will have the same values of that particular data. We have to maintain these also as one of the best things. Those are the other data problems, those are the duplicating records, incomplete data and inconsistency of the data will also be found. Now we have to how to handle a noisy data. If you have a noisy data is available in that particular data set, how to handle that particular noisy data? One is the binning, regression, and clustering. These are the three major things to handle the noisy data. One is a binning, means first sort the data and partition into an equal frequencies. Equal frequencies of the bins means each and every field will consider as an a one bin, or each file of that particular partition data will consider as an a bin. Then one can smooth the bin by bin, means smooth by bin median and smooth by bin borders. So each and everything will be bin. That means each and everything will be modified or specifically used of that particular values. Next one is the regression. Smooth by fitting the data into a regression functions, and the clustering of that particular functions will be done. The clustering also we are applying all the clustering algorithms by using a different clustering values or the clustering algorithms. And we have to next one is the combined computer and human inspections. We have to detect the suspicious values and check by the humans, like dealing with a possible outer layers, and we have to inner layers also available, but we are using an outer layer values also to handle that particular noisy data. The next one is data integration. What is a data integration? Data mining offers requires the data integration to merge the data from the multiple data stores. The data may also need to transform into a forms appropriate of the minings. So here's the data integration will refers the combines of the data from multiple sources into a coherent stores. When the database systems will gather the information from the multiple resources, wherever the data is, wherever the keyword will matches of the particular data sets, automatically the matched data will be gathered and stored in the databases. So the data integration will combines the data from multiple sources into a coherent stores, and the stored data will be displayed in that particular data integration. When the data is available in that particular coherent stores, the data will be considered as a data objects, data attributes, and attribute types. So in these data available in that particular coherent stores, the data sets are made up of the data objects. So here we have to mention one thing is data set. The main thing is data set. Each data set are made up of data objects. A data object which represents an entity. So here we have a data set. The data set will refer to a data objects. The data objects will have represents an entity. So one entity is known as a data object. Multiple data objects is known as a data set. So each and every data sets will have a multiple objects and multiple entity values. For example, sales database. In this sales database, customers will be there, store items will be there, sales will be there, and what are the sale, how much of the sales and how much of the purchases will be there. The total data regarding the sales will be stored in that particular sales database. Like this medical database, like how many patients are there, what are the treatments given to the particular patients, how much of the amount paid by the patient, everything will be there in the medical database. For example, university database like this, so how many students are there, how many professors, what are the courses are available, how many students are passed out, how many students got a distinction, and everything total data will be available in the university database. Here also called as a samples, examples, instances, data points, objects, tuples. These are all the these are all the things will be there in that particular data objects. A data objects are described by an attributes. Here we have to think as an attributes, and the database rows are mentioned as an data objects, and columns will refer as an attribute. For example, if you think an Excel sheet, in the Excel sheets we have in rows and columns. Each column will be referred as an attribute. Each row will be referred as a data object. When you take any database sets which is related to the sales or medicals or universities, each database will be there in only columns and rows. Each column will refer as an attribute, and each row will refer as an data objects. Each value will refer as an tuple. Each value will refer as an entity or a tuple. Here the attributes. What is an attribute? A attribute is a data field representing the characteristics or features of that particular data objects. Example, customer ID, name, address, or anything. For example, in the row, we have an attributes. In the row, we have an data objects. In the column, we have an attributes. In each column, we'll specify the customer ID, name, addresses. So, attributes are the different types of the attributes are there. Like these numeric attributes, binary attributes, ordinary attributes, or nominal attributes. So, we have a different attributes are there in the particular attributes. For example, attributes are the customer IDs or names or address, which is a different attribute values. For example, the data object will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like this, serial numbers will be considered as an database rows. Those are the data objects, and the rows, what are the sequence numbers given to that particular thing will be done as an attributes, like nominal, binary, or the numeric of the quantity or the interval, scaled or ratio scale. So these are all the attributes. Here we have an attribute types. The attribute types are the nominal attribute types, binary attribute types, ordinal attribute types. In these data integrations, there are a number of issues to be considered during the data integrations. One is the schema integrations, or the object matching trickly can be used in the data integrations. In the nominal integrations, in the nominal attribute types, the categories, states, and names of the things will be there in the particular nominal attributes. Like as in a hair color. Hair color means different colors are there in the hair. So what are the colors you have in the particular hair category? Everything will be mentioned in the attributes of the black, blonde, brown, gray, red, white, yellow, green. What are the colors are given into the particular hair? Everything will be mentioned in the hair color attributes. And the next one is the occupations, ID numbers, pin codes, zip codes, and all the things will be come under the nominal attribute types. And when what are the things come into the binary attribute types? In the binary attribute types, nominal attributes with only two states. Those are the 0 and 1. Maximum the binary things will consider as an only in zeros and ones. Those zeros and ones are considered as a symmetric binaries or asymmetric binaries. The symmetric binaries both come as an equally important, like as a gender, like male or female. Asymmetric binary attributes considered as an outcomes not equally important. Not equally important means medical test either positive or negative, or convention as an assigns one to the most important outcomes, like as an HIV or positive or A negative, or coronavirus as a positive or negative. Like this, these are all the things will come into the asymmetric binary attribute types. The next one is the ordinal attribute types. In these ordinal attribute types, we have a values have a meaningful order. That meaningful order means either small, medium, large, or any grades or army rankings or any sports rankings, and what are the things given to that particular values, cadre values, and everything will come to the ordinal attribute types. These are all the will comes to the ordinal value types. Next, we'll stop the session by today, and we'll move to the next moving session. We'll continue in the next session. Thank you.